Welcome back to Weekly Briefing. And as we consider the holidays here, we might think about people who, of course, are facing a lot of personal trial, perhaps with injured family members who maybe have been serving in the service, serving their country in one way or another, who have been injured. And then there is that question of getting back and forth to visit them in various military hospitals. But there's an organization called Luke's Wings, and it's something which has to do with that. Is that right, Fletcher Gill? I believe you are the CEO and the founder of Luke's Wings. What do you do and how do you do it?
Yes, thanks, John. Thanks for having us. We started Luke's Wings in January of 2008 because my friend Sarah Wingfield met a service member at Walter Reed named Luke Shirley. So we named the organization after the two of them and their meeting. Luke's Wings came from Luke Shirley and Sarah Wingfield. And
Walter Reed is an Army hospital here near Washington, D.C., right?
Exactly, that's right. So a lot of our troops who are catastrophically injured in battle are shipped through Landstuhl where they're stabilized, and then they end up at Walter Reed and then off to secondary hospitals around the country. And in 2008, many of our troops were coming through Walter Reed, and what Sarah identified through her meeting with Luke was that Luke's mother was there taking care of him as what's called a non-medical attendant, much like Kenna was taking care of her husband for 4 years. When Sarah told me that story, I immediately said, well, what's stopping us from raising some money and going up to Walter Reed and finding Luke's mom and finding other moms and offering to buy them a plane ticket home? Of course, my friend Sarah thought I was crazy, but we ended up doing it, and we founded the organization in January of 08. We threw a party at the City Tavern Club in Georgetown in March of 08, and we started flights in June of 08. And we did 19 flights in the year of 2008, and now we do 19 flights every couple of days.
Kenna Hunter, Fletcher just mentioned your name in connection with a particular situation you faced. What was your situation? Because you have benefited from Luke's Wings. You also now work for them in managing donor relations, as I understand it. But you are a beneficiary. You actually went through this. What was your situation, and what was the role that Luke's Wings played with regard to you and your situation?
My husband stepped on a bomb the day before our 1-year wedding anniversary, and we spent the next 4 years.
And where was he serving?
In Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Zambalay, Afghanistan, and we spent the next 4 years at Walter Reed Hospital. He had 61 surgeries, so he was in surgery every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It was a tornado. It was a whirlwind. And Luke's Wings was a huge part of our healing process because I, as a mom, made the tough decision to let my little ones were 5 and 7 at the time, and I let them go stay with my mom because I didn't want them to keep going through everything we were going through at the hospital. So our money ran out quickly buying plane tickets back and forth, and Luke's Wings, well, we heard about Luke's Wings, and they started flying our kids and family up, and they, like special situations, we were going to try to break out of the hospital at Christmas and surprise our children, go home for the holidays, and Eric's leg got so infected, and the doctors gave us like a hard no, y'all can't go home for the holidays, you can't leave. And I was an absolute mess about it, and Luke's Wings heard our situation, called us on December 23rd, and they're like, we're bringing the whole family up. So they brought our whole family and the kids up to us for Christmas, saved my holiday, the kids' holiday. Eric's lost his right leg, and we were going through surgery number 61 with the potential of him losing his left leg because he's had so much trouble with it healing. Luke's Wings flew his family up there to be at his bedside, ready to go for whatever the outcome. He got to keep his leg.
And this was Christmas of when?
So the first instance was Christmas of, it's been a decade now, so Christmas of 2012, and that surgery was in 13 or 14, but even now, Eric's still having issues with his leg, and Luke's Wings is providing us flights to get back and forth. Flights add up very, very quickly. So
that's how it works, and I think we have a video here which maybe talks a little bit more.
I was serving in Afghanistan back in May 31st, 2012. I stepped on an IED, and then I just thought, please be alive, please be alive, please be alive.
And then I woke up at 4:30 in the morning with 7 missed calls from
his dad saying that he's alive, he's coming home, and the next 5 days just felt like being underwater.
I was terrified.
So Luke's Wings heard about us, and on December 23rd, they reached out and they flew our whole family up.
Since 2008, Luke's Wings has brought families together, providing over 16,000 flights for wounded service members while they recover. This holiday season, our mission is bold, reuniting 500 heroes with their loved ones. But we can't do it alone. For just $12 a month, you can be the reason someone's Christmas shines a little brighter.
When Christmas came around, they stepped right up and they saved my whole holiday.
Thank you, Luke's Wings.
Thank you, Luke's Wings.
Please give today.
Is this an issue because the military does not cover flights for families to go back and forth? I mean, they can't pay for everything, I guess.
Right.
Is that kind of what the situation is? And is this something that maybe is more of a need than maybe we realize? What would you say?
I would say that's why I'm so thankful for Luke's Wings. Like with Eric's injuries, for us personally, I only got a flight. You don't get unlimited flights. So when I had to go back,
And a lot of these are injuries which go on for a long time.
we were at 4 years. His last surgery was in.
So 4 years you
2016.
had to commute back and forth to Walter Reed Hospital
Yeah.
in suburban Washington, D.C. That's a long time. That's a lot of flying.
Yes. Oh, Luke's Wings probably covered 30 flights for our family going back and forth, helping us with
So
our
it's
kids.
the kids too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. No, it was such a big part of our healing. Being able to work with Luke's Wings has absolutely come around full circle for me, because I know how much they helped us and how much it helped our journey. And so now I get to do the same thing, helping other wounded veterans, and I still see the same need is there. There's still a lot of veterans in hospitals that need care and need bedside care, need transportation. So there's still a very big need out there.
You said that this was a very personal, I guess the genesis of the idea was very personal for you. And then you started with this one fundraiser. Is this individuals who make donations? Are they companies who make donations? Are these people who have lots of frequent flyer miles who donate the miles? How does it work?
It's all of the above, John. There are companies out there like SRS Distribution. They have a foundation called the SRS Raise the Roof Foundation. There's just today we got word that the Charles Maxfield Parish and Gloria F. Parish Foundation are matching $5,000, and so we said, great, we're gonna get on OAN with this amazing audience, and if you match the first 5,000, then we should raise 10,000, and that'll go right into our campaign for the holidays. So corporations, foundations, private foundations, but also individual donors. So $12 a month, in the spirit of the 12 days of Christmas. We rely on small donors all the time. We get letters right now, right before Christmas, from retired folks all over the country, and they say, I got your letter 2 years ago and I put it on my desk in my apartment, and I told myself I would donate, and sure enough, there's that little $12 check, and there's a little letter from somebody telling us that we should keep going.
So what do you see as then the future of Luke's Wings?
Well, that's a great question. We want to stay current, and so in 2008, it was all about wounded, ill, and injured service members. And over the years, because of the support we get and the funding we get, we're able to expand our mission into different program lines. So it's wounded, ill, and injured service members. We're also a partner of Special Operations Command, so we provide flights to them through their care coalition. We provide flights for veterans and hospice care. We're just right now doing a flight for a family to come from Japan, actually, to the bedside of a veteran who's in hospice before he passes away. And we provide flights for fallen officers. It's called our Fallen Officers Transportation Assistance Program. We're also exploring 3 new program lines, and if funding allows for it into 2024, we'll probably roll those out. One would be for military sexual trauma, the idea being that if somebody experiences sexual assault in the military, within 24 hours we have their family, their parents with them. Another is to get our service members to drug and alcohol rehabilitation centers. And the third new program line idea would be to get families out to retreats. Send them out to Boulder Crest or somewhere else so they can get some time together, or maybe get all the battle buddies together. You know, a lot of these wounded warriors, they stepped on an IED and they woke up in a hospital a month later, and they have gone years and years and they haven't seen any of the guys that they served with.
Thank you both for talking to us here during this holiday season on One American News on Weekly Briefing. Thank you for talking to us on Weekly Briefing. It's a pleasure to meet you both and hear about the story of Luke's wings. Well, that's all the time we have. Remember to watch Weekly Briefing every Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and be sure to download OAN Live and watch One America News on your favorite streaming device. On behalf of One America News and the many people here in D.C. behind the scenes that you never see, thank you for watching. I'm John Hines. Until next time, Happy New Year.